Hey, how's everybody doing? It's your guy Tori back on Cycle Breakers Healing. I thank everybody for tuning in. I would appreciate it if you subscribe if you feel like the information was worth it and share the video to someone who you think might need to hear it. And today, I want us to talk about spiritual law, the unseen laws that you must respect or they will come back to bite you, okay? And the first one we want to talk about today is the law of reciprocity. And what that is whatever you send out, whether it be energy, thoughts, or actions, returns to you amplified. And let's take a minute to talk about that because it's important. Just remember, whatever you do, if you give people bad energy, you can expect that bad energy to return to you. If you have negative thoughts, you can expect that energy to return to you. If you do dastardly deeds, commit foul actions, that energy is returning to you. And a lot of times in this world, we do a lot of things without considering, the bounce back from it or what could happen as a result of what we have done. And so I just want to tell you about the law of reciprocity. Be careful of what you put out because it will return back to you amplified. So yeah, so if you're talking down on people, expect some people to talk down on you. You understand what I'm saying? If you steal and rob, expect to get robbed and expect people to steal from you. You understand what I'm saying? If you constantly have negative thoughts about others or even yourself, you're bringing that energy back into your life. It's going to come back full circle. So be careful and always think about the law of reciprocity because there will be a price to pay. The next law I want to talk about is the law of authority. Okay? Spirits only respect those who know who they are. I know you probably heard that phrase before, know thyself. If you're confused, they dominate you. And that's lower spirits, demon spirits, or whatever. So you have to know who you are and be in your authenticity in order to move with the power that you truly have. But if you don't understand the law of authority and you out here, you don't know yourself, you're a chameleon, you know how to, what's the name, adjust to the room, but you're not being your authentic self, that's when you can be taken over by lower spirits and principalities. So it's best that you do the inner work and learn who you truly are so you can move with your power and the spiritual gifts that you have. Because if you're not, you're going to get quarterbacked by lower spirits. And so that's just something to be mindful of as we continue. Next, we have the law of resonance. Okay? And what the law of resonance is you attract what matches your vibration. If you're pure, purity equals clear outcomes. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're not, if you're in darkness, yeah, you're going to get the darkest of outcomes. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like when it comes to the whole relationship thing out here. A lot of people don't understand. You attract what you are. So you can talk bad about your partner all you wanted to, but y'all would have never came together if y'all wasn't on the same frequency. So you have to be careful. You got to do the inner work. Like I said, it keeps on coming back to the inner work. You have to purify yourself, purify your spirit so you can attract better things in your life. If you don't, you'll continue to go through karmic cycles and receive karma for, whatever you're doing because, like I say, you attract what you are. So remember that. If I'm a low down, dirty person, I'll attract a low down, dirty person. But if I'm good and I have clarity, I can attract somebody that's gonna be on my level when it comes to being in the spirit. And a lot of times, I went through some things And you know what I'm saying? I've had some bad relationships in my life. Recently went through a divorce, but I look back on all that now and understand that I attracted those situations because at the time, that's who I was. Do you understand what I'm saying? Self-examination will always be important. Next, I want to talk about the law of timing. Okay? And the law of timing is, certain doors open up in divine time. A lot of times we want what we want, so we try to force things. And when you force things, you delay your own progress. It's like planting a seed. If you got a garden and you plant a seed in your garden, want to grow some, I got an uncle that love to grow greens. You understand what I'm saying? But if you plant that seed and yet you always coming back, you know what I'm saying, doubting the seed, digging the seed back up, you have to start the process all over again. So when you plant that seed, trust in divine timing. Trust that when it's your time, you gonna shine. But when you try to do things to get past the law of timing, you're only delaying the process. Stop digging up your seeds. When you plant your seeds, have trust that your seeds will manifest into what you would want to have. Okay? Moving right along, we're going to go into the law of spiritual debt. This is one that a lot of people be dealing with and don't understand what's going on. They be all perplexed and everything, wondering why certain things are happening to them. But it's the law of spiritual debt. And what that is every lie, scam, or shortcut leads to a karmic invoice that will be paid. And until it's paid by pain or repentance, it's going to block your natural flow. So always remember that. Don't be lying and scamming out here. Like I said, this goes back to the law of reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? It has something to do with that too. What you put out. Do you understand what I'm saying? But understand that when you lie, when you scam, when you take shortcuts to get over people or try to get the things that you want, at some point, you're going to have to pay that invoice. And a lot of times in the 3D world, that means losing the things that you done took these shortcuts to get. And so you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Ask yourself, is it worth it? Because when it comes to the law of spiritual debt, it truly isn't. Okay, moving along, we have the law of access. Okay, sharing sacred things with unworthy people gives dark forces access to you. Guard your spiritual intimacy. And that goes back to the biblical term, giving your pearls to swine. Do you understand what I'm saying? You gotta stop doing that because everybody don't have your best interest in mind. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people have lower spirits attached to them because they haven't, like I've been saying, purified their spirit. And so they'll take the things that you're planning, hoping to do. You done shared your plans with them, and they done ran out and jumped on it. You understand what I'm saying? I can give you a story about that. It's like what's the name? I was trying to get into the music industry. I started a business and things like that, and I came up with a plan for us to make it. And a lot of the guys that were around me at the time that I was giving my pearls to, you understand what I'm saying? They didn't want to be led. They didn't want to, be a team and do things, but yet they would take those ideas and try to implement them on their own. So be careful with who you share your information with because it could come back to bite you in ways you could never imagine. And I also want to talk about the law of sacred exchange. And what that is don't ask for something from the spirit world without giving something in return. You can give prayers. You can get some people set up altars and give food. Some people, they burn fire or you know what I'm saying? They have, they give service to the spirit world. Do you understand what I'm saying? By praising their ancestors and their spirit guides. You understand what I'm saying? And another thing you can give, be truthful. Be truthful. Know yourself, be authentic, and stay in truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, when you asking for something, but you don't want to give nothing in return, you truly didn't earn it. And so you have to be careful with the energy that you put out. See, that's the world we live in. Everybody wants something for nothing. And that's never going to work. You might get there temporarily, like I said, but at some point, it's going to come back to bite you. So be careful of what you're doing. Always try to do things with mutual benefit for you and the other party. You understand what I'm saying? And when you praying to God, the universe, or whoever you subscribe to, always be willing to sacrifice something in order to get what you want. And sacrifice don't when it comes down to sacrifice, a lot of times you need to sacrifice things that weren't good for you anyway. Do you understand what I'm saying? As a signal that your spirit is growing and evolving, so that the spirits can look down on you and see that you truly, trying to perfect your spirit as you aim higher and evolve in your life. So don't be a sucker, okay? Don't expect to get something for nothing, because it will bring you down in the long run. And the last spiritual law I want to talk about today is the law of hidden eyes. Yeah, even when no one is watching, you are seen. All thoughts and deeds echo in the spiritual realms. So yeah, the things is basically talking about the things you do in the dark. It's being seen. And so understand the things that you do in the dark a lot of times are the things that make up who you truly are. It goes back to your shadow and how you gotta once again get right within your spirit. Okay? Because when you're not right in your spirit and you don't know who you are, hey, that's when them demons come in. They'll get on the people around you, the people closest to you, and they'll bring you down. And so we just cracking the surface on these spiritual laws today, and a lot more information I'm gonna be sharing with y'all in the future. But I just wanted to just start the conversation, okay, and just think about it. We went over the law of reciprocity, okay. What you send out comes back to you. The law of authority. You got to know yourself, or lower spirits will take over you and control you. Sometimes without you even knowing it. Most people don't know it. They don't listen. They feel like, it's just the natural flow. But when there's something lower from the lower realms attached to them. So be careful. The law of resonance. And you attract what you are. So if you're low down and dirty, be prepared to meet low down and dirty people. And you just gotta, like I said, purify your spirit so you can attract those who are in line with your views and stuff like that. That's when you become the most successful. Okay? The law of timing. Stop digging up your seeds. Have enough faith to know that what I'm doing, the seed I'm planting, is good. It's not only beneficial to me, but to those around me and the world. And as long as you have that spirit, and you can make something happen in this world. Don't delay yourself by digging up your seeds. Okay? The law of spiritual debt. When you lie on people, when you scam people, when you take them shortcuts to get to the top, a lot of times the fall gonna be very, very hard. Okay? So understand that. There is a karmic invoice that will have to be paid. And so I used to tell people all the time, no shortcuts. No shortcuts. Take the proper actions, go through the steps. That way when you get there, not only will you enjoy the journey, but you will have the how can I say it? You'll be able to stand where you are because you've been through everything. You took all the bullets, you learned all the lessons along the way, so things can't be taken from you because you didn't cheat your way to the top. Okay? The law of access. Stop sharing your pearls with swine. Remember, a lot of people are around you just to gain information. Information matters. Information is worth money. And so be careful of who you are sharing your most, detailed plans and intimate thoughts with, because it can come back to bite you. Okay? The law of sacred exchange. Remember what I said. Always be willing to give a sacrifice. If you ask in the spirit realm to bless you with certain things, what are you willing to sacrifice that a lot of times may be blocking your progress to get what you want? See, that shows who you are, because you're saying, I'm willing to give up this, something lower, to receive something higher. And that shows growth and evolution. And last but not least, the law of hidden eyes. Even when you're not think nobody can see you, you are being seen. Think about it. If God is everywhere, the universe is all knowing, they know what you're doing in the dark. So these are some things to be mindful of. Uh, these spiritual, a lot of people don't understand that these spiritual laws supersede the Bible. Do you understand what I'm saying? Learn about spiritual law, because it will be a blessing to you and your evolution and growth as a person. And through learning these laws, you can become your higher self. And so we're going to be talking more about these spiritual laws and how they affect your life. But I just want to bring this to you today and get the conversation started. My name is Tori. Thank you for tuning in to Cycle Breakers Healing. I would like you to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you feel the information is worth it to you, because I don't just want you to, I want you to subscribe to this channel. You know what I'm saying? If it resonates with your heart, you understand what I'm saying? And so share the video with those you think might need to hear it. And let's continue to walk this journey of evolution and growth, because we all can do better. Do you understand? I'm not sitting before you trying to tell you I'm a perfect being. I'm learning, I'm evolving every day. And so I just want to send that out to y'all, because I love y'all, and and it's my prayer that we all can be the best that we could possibly be. And so thank you for tuning in to Cycle Breakers, and this is your guy Tori. And until the next time, remember, spiritual law is watching you.